Hello! To many, Canelo Alvarez is recognized as the greatest boxer in the world. This innately would spark a debate between Vasyl Lomachenko fans or Terrence Crawford fans. Nonetheless, though, no one can deny Canelo Alvarez's skills, with his only recorded loss being to all-time great Floyd Mayweather Jr. But he's taken that lesson and become a great himself. With a total of 56 fights and only hitting his prime at 29, Canelo Alvarez shows us what a dedication towards excellence can achieve. The best are those who possess the fundamentals fine-tuned through diligence towards the top. With that said, what makes Canelo Alvarez so special? It's fair to say the man was gifted with a spectacular chin, but by no means does he rely on it, which is intriguing as the style he's chosen is very high risk, high reward. What does this mean? To better understand, thank you for joining me as we take a closer glance, starting with his stance. Canelo's stance is very orthodox, the lead foot slightly pointing in, the back foot pointing out with his torso pointing towards his opponent. If you notice as well, as he inches towards his opponent, his foot is pointing at Sergey Kovalev's. Orthodox versus orthodox, the angle it creates gives reasonable space between their power hands, a way of measuring the counter against the opponent's possible advance. When he chooses to commit to his own strike, notice how he steps in towards the crotch or center line of Kovalev. This brings his own power hand closer at the risk of coming closer to his opponent's power hand. In this instance, though, observe how Canelo Alvarez fools Kovalev with this philosophy. He shows Kovalev his right hand while winging into the body with his left hand. Canelo's respectable power is what caused this reaction. Note how Kovalev's guard raises to block the head, which in turn gives clean entry to the liver. These are very taxing blows, as the liver is directly linked to the autonomic nervous system. A sudden blow can cause dilation of all your blood vessels, which causes a drop in your heart rate. With a drop in blood pressure, it can cause an athlete to suddenly collapse or even lose consciousness. It is not a matter of how mentally tough you are. An individual has little control over this reaction. Luckily, the liver is renowned for its ability to quickly recover. Nonetheless, though, for Canelo, this is a primary target when executing his game. His body blows take a lot out of his opponents throughout the course of a bout, slowing them down, but also lowering their awareness, which naturally makes it easier to secure shots up high. He's playing a game of high-risk chess. He's thinking steps ahead. Understanding this, you start to get a better feel for what Canelo is actually doing. His game is to inch in and pressure you with a high guard. That is what he's been doing consistently versus Sergey Kovalev. It's a strategy we've also seen him adopt versus Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. Why? He wants to bait you to attack. After all, he's a high work rate counterpuncher. By inching towards the pocket with a high guard, he coaxes you to enter against him, but when you do, like a phantom, he can leave that space, which in turn, here, runs Kovalev into a volley of punches. Often again, note that volley goes to the body. This is the simple game he plays. He uses combinations and or feints to trigger your guard, which opens up the body, or he baits you against his guard, which might walk you into a counter. Off that body blow, observe how he level changes into the pocket, and again, he flares out both hands. He's making Sergey Kovalev choose between the two. Will it be a blow to the body from the lead? No, he's looping in a haymaker. Luckily, Kovalev guessed correctly, this saw it coming a mile away. He didn't flinch, the wrong reaction. Here, just appreciate Canelo Alvarez's discipline. With a high guard, he continues marching in. He's letting Kovalev touch it. Kovalev has to be cautious. He's touching the guard, knowing Canelo might explode against it with a counter. Here, he slips the punch, catches the next one with his glove, then watch this. Sergey Kovalev reaches with his punch, only touching glove. Instantly, Canelo Alvarez bursts into his combination of counters. Kovalev ducks then weaves out from the hook. But this is part of Canelo's game. While you're using head movement from a position where your balance is compromised, you will not have the same capacity for footwork. What does this mean? Your body will likely be right there. Boom. Boom. Two body shots enter against Kovalev. Just like that, he stays on him. He keeps his pressure on Kovalev. From here, Kovalev bares his fangs, looping devastation. Canelo, he sees it a mile away, throwing his arms down, his counterbalance for the pull. Boom. Again, another counter enters against the body. Jab to trigger high guard. Boom. Bladder blow. Getting a feel for the probing jab. Here, he steps inside away from his line of attack while entering with his own. This is also why Canelo can secure his reach versus a bigger opponent. He isn't walking into his reach with brute force. He's patiently waiting for his opponent to give him the reach by stepping into an angle against their reach or by trailing in against the recovery of their reach. Here, Canelo further slips in to avoid possible follow-up from Kovalev's right hand. Canelo is thinking multiple steps ahead. This is evidence of that. Here, Kovalev throws devastation, then again, as counterbalance, Canelo throws down his lead, which allows him to pull his base more effectively. Boom. Off that recoil, the kinetic energy paired with the looping nature of Canelo's punch blasts Kovalev back. Body blow. This is another secret to Canelo's high guard. By throwing his arms down from a high guard, it works as a pump to pull faster, which in turn not only allows him to leave the space, but also counter faster. You must respect the composure Canelo has. This entire style is very dangerous, yet he's calm, composed, and ready each moment, letting dangerous punches graze past him casually as if he's taking a walk in the park. This is what boxing from the age of 5 has given him. His mental status is legendary. Here, does this look familiar? It's the method Canelo has been using to punish Kovalev, making Kovalev decide between the right or left. When Canelo flares his arms, which signifies intent from both, observe how Kovalev is bracing for a body blow. He predicts the left hook. Contracting his abdominals, Kovalev is hunched forward in order to better absorb the impact of the blow. Unfortunately for Sergey Kovalev, the punch, it came up high. Accidental rabbit punch connects back of head. Sergey Kovalev, he hunched into it. This is evidence that Canelo's bodywork has been working very well. Kovalev is forced to respect it, he has to. But what does taking this punch also mean? Sergey Kovalev must always consider the possibility of Canelo switching up high, which, in turn, naturally makes the body an available target for Canelo. You pick one or the other, really. Of course, you'll prioritize your head because the moment you don't, Canelo Alvarez will be quick to remind you as to why you should. Of course, you don't always have an option after all. There are physics to this reality. After so many blows to the body, an individual can only take so much. Here, Kovalev opens up his guard, taking this blow. He sought to tie up in order to recover. Instantly, Canelo Alvarez steps out and frames for his power hand. Boom. Overhand against chin. He staggered, but Kovalev is very tough mentally. He does well to hide it. But again, Canelo Alvarez wings an elite hook. Sergey Kovalev cannot decide between his body or mind. He tries to choose both, which gives Canelo the space between his glove and shoulder. Boom. He's rocked. His hands go down. He's staggered in a haze. From there, connecting with a textbook straight. Boom. The lights have no choice but to go out. This world is ruthless, but for me, it always feels really good seeing a fighter stand back up. Okay, thank you for this lesson. If you like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.